It's game 2 of our doubleheader between Grayson County and Warren Central, and they're not even going to do lineups or anything. They're just going to jump in, and we're getting ready to roll. And the first pitch from Josie Sims is the starting pitcher tonight for Grayson County. Into the glove of Hannah Franklin is ball 1. Sam Gormley with you here on the call tonight in game 2 of our doubleheader, and that one bounces in the dirt, and 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter for Warren Central. That's going to be Mackenzie Rose. Pitch let little Ephus drops in there for a strike from Josie Sims. Filthy pitch thrown from the young hurler for the Lady Cougars. The 2-1 took another one off of that one as well and fools the hitter Rose to make the count even up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grayson County won game 1 of our doubleheader by a final score of 18-0. First pitch in the dirt, nice stop behind the plate by Franklin, and in that game, Rose went 2 for 2. Rose getting the start here in game 2 in left field, as she did in game 1. Pitch is a swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove, and that is the first out of the inning for Grayson County and the first out of the ball game. The sun is set here at the Grayson County Lady Cougars softball complex, and because of it, it has turned out to be a very nice evening. Natalie Naftel will now hit for Warren Central, in the first pitch is a ground ball. Sims leaves the circle, throws on to first, and there is out number 2 of the inning, getting Natalie Naftel. Sims did a nice job leaving the circle quickly to throw down and grab her. Center fielder Updegraff. Now, as you don't always see somebody as Updegraff in game 1 played catcher. You don't always see the catcher move out into center field. And that pitch is inside for a ball 1 from Josie Sims. Sims looks in for the sign. The 1-0. Called strike at the knees. So the umpires have also switched spots here tonight. So Edith Burns is going to get the start for Warren Central pitching-wise. That pitch just misses on the outside corner. Hannah Franklin tried to put the frame on for an extra second to give the home plate umpire a chance to look at it. But he said it just missed on the outside corner. The 2-1, low for ball 3 from Josie Sims. Sims' stats on the year. So we'll bring him to you here. But first, it's going to be a slow grounder to Schartzer, the first baseman. She turns, she throws, gets her by half a step. Nice little pirouette there by Ansley Schartzer to end the inning. We're through the top half of the first. Grayson County and Warren Central all knotted up at 0 as this is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Tonight's Game 2 broadcast between Grayson County and Warren Central is presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. Sam Gormley here with you on the call tonight. Lady Cougars scored 18 runs in only 2 innings in their last at-bat, and that's exactly what they're going to try and pick up and do here in this situation. For Warren Central, the starting pitcher in Game 2 is going to be Edith Burns. 2 starts. This is start number 3, 9 innings pitch for Burns. The junior in the circle. The catcher tonight is going to be De Jesus in Game 2. The starting lineup for Grayson County: Tub in center, Franklin behind the plate, Davis is the shortstop, Henning left, Bratcher third, Schartzer at first, Dotson the designated hitter, Schultz at second, and Cave in right field. Warren Central does a little pep talk, and coming out is Burns. Burns has 6 strikeouts in her 9 innings.
Leading off for Grayson County in the bottom of the first inning, center fielder, number 22, Kayla Tubb.
And Lady Cougars scored 18 runs in game 1. First pitch, Tubb tries to show bunt. Instead, it rolls back to where we are, and that'll be a strike 1. There's one part here of the backstop that lines up that isn't brick. In fact, it's almost like it's more of a foam that you would see like at the end of a gym. The 0-1. Tubb shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Good eye there by the young hitter for Grayson County, the sophomore. As it wasn't her pitch to bunt, so she's going to wait for the second one. Here comes the 1-1. Low for ball 2. Grayson County winning that game 1, 18-0. Lady Cougars trying to pull off the doubleheader sweep. In fact, last doubleheader that they had was also a sweep. Against Glasgow last Friday, that pitch is high. Tubb dives out of the way of that one, and after the first pitch, bunt foul, 3 straight out of the zone from the junior Edith Burns. Pitch, Tubb will show bunt. She lays it down in front of the plate. No chance to throw out Tubb. And she will reach on the infield bunt single. De Jesus fire down the catcher, but not able to get the speedy Tubb. And now it'll be Hannah Franklin, the catcher, to hit for the Lady Cougars. And I'm sure you can imagine that Tubb will be off and running. And now we have some conversation happening here between the umpires. I think Warren Central's asking for runner interference, potentially saying that the ball did not give her a chance to catch it, but Tubb had already beaten it out. So I think that she's safe. She's out. They call her out for interference. Or it's a foul ball. A foul ball was the call, never mind. That makes a little bit more sense, too, as I guess that ball might have bounced in the batter's box. Interesting. 3-2. Tubb had already beaten it out. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off, and nice snag behind the plate by the home plate umpires. That one bounced up. He grabbed that with his right hand, and we should call SportsCenter on that. That was a nice little snag by the umpire. We've already gotten on there once. Why not throw it on there one more time? I'm not sure an umpire's ever been on SportsCenter, but what a perfect time to change as that pitch is inside. And reaching base is Kayla Tubb. She'll get on via a walk instead of a hit. Now Hannah Franklin will come up for Grayson County.
Number 30, Hannah Franklin.
I mean, what a better time to get on SportsCenter than an umpire, right? Sawyer Drake last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess is when it's been. Here comes the first pitch. Off and running is Tubb, and it's blooped right side. Foul just to the right side of the line. Little hit and run action going. Tubb was trying to take second, and if that one drops, Tubb's got plus speed out on the base paths. She might have had a chance to score from first base on a blooper into right field. The 0-1. Outside, Tubb off and running. The throw down from De Jesus, and Tubb's got the base stolen. The ball goes into center field. There to back it up, though, was Updegraff. But getting the steal is Kayla Tubb down there at second base. The 1-1 from Edith Burns to Franklin is high. Nice snag behind the plate by De Jesus. So that was high and outside, and she was able to hop up there and grab it before it could go to the backstop and allow Tubb to advance 60 more feet. The 2-1 ripped foul down the left or the right field line, and that'll even up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grayson County Lady Cougars will have a pair of home games on Saturday. Their final doubleheader as they're having a tournament here between Friday night, as there's 2 games tomorrow, and then games all day Saturday. And that's ripped right back up the middle through the glove of Burns, and she's going to have no play. That was going to be a really tough play as it came right back. Franklin hustling all the way, and the infield single for Hannah Franklin puts runners on the corners with nobody out for Shelby Davis. Davis had a pair of RBIs in Game 1 on the double that she ripped down the third base line. Cassidy Chaffins will trot out to be the courtesy runner for Franklin. Davis trying to pick up where she left off in the last game. Lady Cougars trying to strike first in this one as well. The wind in the pitch is low and in the dirt. Off and running is Chafin. She'll have the bag stolen. You got a pair of runners in scoring position now with nobody out in the first inning. Lady Cougars will play North Bullitt on Saturday at 10 a.m. and Central Hardin at 4 p.m. though. We'll change up on the outside corners. A called strike. Good pitch by Burns from the circle. Warren Central, on the other hand, they've got some more games scheduled here in this last couple of weeks of this regular season as that pitch goes low. In fact, they got a busy little stretch here to close out the year as they travel to Monroe County tomorrow and then play 2 games on Saturday against Fort Knox and Nelson County at home. And they'll also play a couple of times next week. The 2-1. Davis grounds it to the third baseman underneath of her glove and into left field. Tubb will score. Chaffins rounds third. She will score, and Grayson County leads 2-0. Two-run score on the hit. And Madeline Henning, the cleanup hitter, will now get her chance to swing the bat. Henning in the game 1. She went 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. And first pitch swinging, line drive, left center field. It's not going to be caught by the center fielder Updegraff. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Shelby Davis will be able to crawl home. And a double by Henning makes it 3-0 Grayson County. Davis scores from first with ease. Addie Bratcher now to hit. She went 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. I touched on it in the open that this has probably not been the season that Addie Bratcher wanted behind the plate. His first pitch is a ball to the sophomore. But right now, it doesn't matter. If she can get hot here over this with you, you got the district tournament coming up on Tuesday. Outside for ball 2, another nice snag by DeJesus to jump up and grab that one. But it's one of these things that if Bratcher can get hot, let's say she's a big game on Tuesday and Lady Cougars can pull off the upset against Warren Central or against Whitesville Trinity. Pitch is high and outside, 3 balls and no strikes now. It's one of those things that can make you forget about the rest of the season because you came up when it counted the most. And going 3 from 3 in game 1 will help with that. And there's a little ephus in there for a cold strike from Burns. Grayson County needs to get the bats rolling as a whole though, because they're going to need to score against Whitesville Trinity. They're a good offensive team. That pitch is high over the head of Bratcher. She'll reach with a walk. Ansley Schartzer will not get her chance. She came in and she worked a walk in pinch hit fashion in the last game. Still nobody down in the bottom of the first inning. Lady Cougars have already crossed 3 runs and runners in this one. Pitch high, 4-1 from Burns to Schartzer. The sun is set, and it is feeling very nice right now at Grayson County. Schartzer will foul that one off and bounce right back and bounces in the air. There was some height on that bounce back that had happened. So right now it says, I look down at my watch, it says 79 degrees. It might feel even a little cooler than that now that sun has begun to set. Down that left field line. Way outside, nice stop by DeJesus. And I was an even smarter stop because with runners on first and second, she stopped it and she knocked it towards third base ever so slightly. I mean, that's one of those things that's where the runner's going to be advancing. She was making the throw easier for her. Schartzer fouls that one off, and that one will just clear the bullpen behind the Grayson County dugout, and that'll even up the count here, 2 balls. 2 strikes. Schartzer on the year for Grayson County, 309 average, 14 runs batted in, a homer, and 4 doubles. And she walked in game 1. Pitch low, gets past, and runners will advance 60 feet. And the count goes full. Ansley Schartzer stares down. Burns from the circle, it's high, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Allie Dotson. Dotson in game one went 1 for 1, also reached base via the walk. She had an RBI in the game as well.
The DP, number 4, Allie Dotson.
Henning stands on third. Bratcher at second. Schartzer, the runner at first base. Lady Cougars have already crossed 3 runs in the inning. And Dotson, first pitch swing, base hit left field. That'll plate at least 2 as it's bobbled by the left fielder. Going into third base, standing up, is going to be Schartzer, and Grayson County on top 5-0. Bratcher scores, as does Henning. Maddie Schultz. She came in to hit in the last game, in first pitch swing, fly ball right field. It's over the head of the right fielder, Pineda. It's going to go all the way to the wall. That'll plate 2. Maddie Schultz is digging for 3. She's coming in. There's not going to be a throw. A triple for Maddie Schultz for her first hit of the season, and it plates 2, and Grayson's on top 7-0. Second triple of the day for Grayson County. There was one in game 1 by Reagan Cave. There's the other. And speaking of Reagan Cave, right on cue, she'll come in for her first at bat. And the first pitch is a cold strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Fly ball center field. Updegraff has it read as she moves over. She'll make the catch. Runner's going to come home and score easily, Maddie Schultz. And Grayson now leads 8-0. The sacrifice fly by Reagan K. That's exactly what you need to do. I mean, it works just the same as Updegraff moved over to her right. Back to the top of the order, Kayla Tubbs. She worked a walk. And her first at bat after almost having a bunt single. And you got to imagine that's exactly what she's going to do here as the third baseman Walterman comes in. And that's outside for ball 1. Score update to bring you. Owensboro leads Edmonson County in baseball action 11-3 at the bottom of the 4th inning. And a big final score will bring you here at the end of this pitch. That's outside. In fact, if you're a Warren Central fan, it has interest to you. If you're a Grayson County fan, it is some interest to you. Butler County defeats Greenwood tonight 3-2. A little bit of an upset going on. As Greenwood was ranked in the top 10 in the state. And the Lady Bears pull off the upset against the Lady Gators. Pitch is low, and the count will go to 3 balls and no strikes. As there was a 2-run home run by Madison Clark to break a 1-1 tie. Greenwood tried to complete a comeback, but 3-2 the final. Butler County over Greenwood. That pitch goes high. And working a walk is Kayla Tubb. Hannah Franklin now in a hit. She had an infield single in her first at-bat that was ripped right back off of Burns, and it was one of those that's a really tough place to make, and it's one of those that you got to be lucky in a way on sticking your glove down at the right time, right spot. Pitch is a cold strike. The 0-1. Ripped up the middle by Franklin, and it is going to be caught by Updegraff in center. That was ripped by the sophomore catcher, but Updegraff had it read the entire time. Shelby Davis now toes into the circle. She reached on an error in her first at-bat. And the pitch is ripped foul, and Penny Reese dives out of the way of that one down in that third base coach's box. Nice little slide of a move down there. No balls, 1 strike. To Davis, 0 for 1 in this game. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Gets past the catcher to Jesus. Kayla Tubb will easily advance on to second on the wild pitch. Grayson County has 4 hits in the inning. Trying to keep it rolling here. Burns, pitch outside for ball 2. Just misses. That's one of those that the catcher just didn't frame it quite enough. And you'll see that sometimes where the catcher is an asset to an umpire. And Shelby Davis rips that one. It's way foul, but if she just straightened that one out, they might have had to wake up down in the concession stand out there in deep left field. I know that some of our crew was chowing down on some delicious food in between the two games, and they better be awake down there. Ground ball underneath the glove of the third baseman. That's going to plate Tubb, and Grayson County leads 9-0 on the base hit by Shelby Davis. Madeline Henning, first pitch swinging last time up. She doubled into deep left center field in her first at bat. And first pitch she sees is inside for ball one. Grayson County scored 9 runs here in this top of the first inning against the Lady Dragons of Warren Central. This is our final broadcast of home games at Grayson County High School this year. Pitch high off the glove of DeJesus. And advancing into scoring position is going to be Shelby Davis. As our potential coverage of district tournament action is still TBD right now. So that's fouled off behind the plate. Luckily just misses one of the K105 Digital Productions cameras. It wasn't at least a direct hit. There's no doubt about that. We'd have heard that, but Madeline Henning almost owned us a new camera, and she instead dribbles one into left field for a base hit. Shelby Davis is going to round third. She's going to score, and Grayson County leads 10-0. Addie Bradshaw worked a walk in her first at bat. And the first pitch swinging is a fly ball left field. Rose has it red and against the wall makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Lady Cougars, though, plate 10 runs in the first, and we head to the second. It is 10-0 Grayson County. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Leading off for Warren Central will be Amparo DeJesus. Josie Sims in for inning number 2 of work for her. And the wind and the pitch is a ground ball to Maddie Schultz. She tries to backhand it. It's off her glove and into center field. Reaching base is DeJesus on the play is. And again, that's another one of those that's really tough to score. As DeJesus ripped it, Schultz tried to backhand it at second base. And it'll be Martisha Rodriguez now in to hit. With a runner DeJesus at first base. Doesn't appear that Warren Central will go with a courtesy runner for the catcher. And there's a swing and a miss by Rodriguez. Grayson County scored 10 runs in the first inning. If you just joined us, they won game 1 by a final tally of 18-0. Pitch, Ephus in there for a called strike. No, he called it. No, it was a ball. I thought I saw the umpire reach his hand up and say it was a strike, but I guess he reached his hand up and said it was a ball. He made a fist, which typically means, in fact, that one was a strike, and he did the same thing he did in the first at bat. But that's okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the official count to Rodriguez. Pitch outside. Hannah Franklin behind the plate kind of stares down De Jesus at first, daring her to take a base. Foul it off. Just getting enough of that one was Rodriguez behind the plate. You just joined us as well. The Grayson County baseball team, they fell earlier tonight by a final score of 11-1. That closes their regular season with a record of 7-16. Rodriguez rips that one foul, smacks off the backstop, and it's a good cut there by Rodriguez, making good contact. Rodriguez, the junior, digs into the batter's box. The break even one more time coming from Josie Sims. He's again fouled off, and nice little move down there in the on-deck circle by Burns, the pitcher, to make sure that one didn't hit her. Luckily, it wasn't moving that fast, so if it did, it wasn't going to necessarily hurt as much, but made a nice little move to make sure it didn't hit her. It's easy for me to say that it wouldn't hurt, though, too. And she swings and misses at that one as she tried to hold up and wasn't able to, was Rodriguez, and she swings through it. That's out number 1 here in the top of the second inning, and Edith Burns, right on cue, the pitcher, comes in. She's hitting .220, 6 runs batted in, 4 doubles, and a triple. And that pitch just misses inside for ball 1. Runner De Jesus at first. Sims speeds that one up a little bit, and it goes low and outside. The 2-0. Rip right back up the middle. It's off the glove of Sims. Hopefully she's okay. It's rolled by Schultz to second. She gets the out. What a play by Maddie Schultz. She just had to roll that one to Shelby Davis, the shortstop, who picks it up after that one is fired back to Sims, and let's hope she's okay. Appears that she is. So that actually gets scored. A fielder's choice, 1-4-6 on the fielder's choice to get De Jesus. That was a really nice play down there. And a heads-up play by Schultz as she just rolled it, and even better play by the shortstop Davis. Baxter into hit now for Warren Central for her first at bat of this game. First pitch called strike. Second pitch is a ground ball to the first baseman Schartzer. She'll take it herself, and that's the inning. We head to the bottom of 2, 10-0. Grayson on top of Warren Central. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. Bottom of the second inning, we had Grayson County on top 10-0 against the Warren Central Lady Dragons. Scheduled to hit in this inning, Ansley Schartzer, Allie Dotson, and Maddie Schultz against Edith Burns. Burns allowed 10 runs in the first inning, only 7 of which were earned. And to lead off is going to be Schartzer. She worked a walk in her first at-bats. Standing in the on-deck circle in place of Allie Dotson appears to be Bailey Yaden, in place of Allie Dotson is Bailey Yaden, who ripped her first career hit and got her first 2 career RBIs in Game 1 of her doubleheader that Grayson County won 18-0 in 3 innings.
Leading off for Grayson County in the bottom of the second.
I love listening to walk-up music, too. And
Ainsley Schartzer.
shout out to Ainsley Schartzer going with some good walk-up music of Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Good song. Good choice. And she swings at the first pitch, and that'll line one into left center field, and it's going to drop and go all the way to the wall. Schartzer will go into second base, standing up as Updegraff grabs it at the base of the wall, and the Lady Cougars have their first runner in scoring position here to start inning number 2. Allie Dotson was scheduled to hit, but instead it is going to be Bailey Yaden. Yaden again in Game 1 had her first career hit into left field. And I like this, Penny Reese. Trying to go through. Let's switch up the order a little bit. See if Yaden can get hit number 2.
Now batting for Grayson County, 0-0, Bailey Yaden.
That was the first pitch Schartzer saw, 2 in the at-bat. Bailey Yaden, the pitch is low. Good eye, gets past the catcher. Schartzer digging for third. She's got it. Just in ahead of the tag. It was a good tag down there by Walterman, and she just beats it out, does Schartzer. Here comes the 1-0. And that's low and outside for ball 2. Bailey Yaden entered this game only with 1 career plate appearance, and she's now doubling her career right now. And you know what? If you're 1 for 2, that makes it 500 career hitter. Inside, did it hit her? It did not. Must have just missed Yaden back there, and it goes to 3 balls and no strikes. You'll see some hitters sometimes in a situation like that. Some will 100% take it, and some will just run down to first and make the umpire tell them that they have to come back. Bailey Yaden, though, she's up here to hit. 3-0, and it is high, and Yaden works the walk. Maddie Schultz now will get a hit opportunity for Grayson County. She tripled in her last at-bat. For Schultz, that was her first hit of the season. And it's like the old adage, is it's inside. Yaden thought about running on it. Kind of did a fake off there on a hard secondary lead down at first base, but doesn't end up taking off. It's one of those things, when you make a good play in the field, it's like the unwritten rule of baseball or softball, and she swings at a high pitch. It goes off into right field. The right fielder didn't see the ball, and it ends up in foul territory. So I think she lost that one in the lights. Pineda, you could tell she was looking for it the entire time and just completely lost it in lights, and that happens. 1-1 here. That's outside. Nice snag by DeJesus behind the plate. But what I was saying is, when you make a good play in the field like Maddie Schultz did in the last inning, it's like the unwritten rule that you have to hit in the next inning. Especially, usually, it's in the 1-2-3. She swings at another high pitch, and it's over the head of the right fielder, Pineda. She came in too hard. Schultz is going to go into second base, standing up, and you've got runners on second and third now with nobody out. Maddie Schultz now with a double and a triple.
Now batting for Grayson County, number 17, Ella Narvaez.
And Reagan Cave will now be pinch hit for by Ella Narvaez. And there's a cold strike. First pitch there to Ella Narvaez. On the year, she's 2 for 9. She fouls that one off behind the plate. She's also scored 5 runs. She's been used a lot in courtesy situations. Pitch there, Narvaez. It's a slow grounder to the shortstop, Naftel. She bobbles, she throws. It's not in time. Coming home is Schartzer. She's got it. Schartzer waited for the throw to, or Yaden rather, waited for the throw to come. Yaden scores, and Grayson County on top 12-0. Isabel Blanton will now get her chance. And the first pitch, Blanton shows bunt, pulls back. Runners on the corners here. Again, Kayla Tubb gets pinch hit for by Isabel Blanton. Blanton shows bunt again, lays it down. It's right in between the hole at third and pitcher, and there's no one going to go. Backside throw down to third. She's safe. Schultz almost caught sleeping, but able to get back just ahead of the tag by the shortstop, Naftel. Another pinch hitter comes in as we're going to try and – they're really testing me here with on my score sheet here. Kaylee Hodges will hit now for Grayson County. And the first pitch was a ball. Second pitch is a ball as well as the bases are loaded. Hannah Franklin was the player who is subbed out for Grayson County in this situation. And there's a cold strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Kaylee Hodges. Hodges, this is her first plate appearance of the year. And that hit her. That'll give her an RBI, and now Davis is scheduled to hit, and they are going to let Shelby Davis take a swing. She's 1 for 2 in this game, reached on an error, and singled into left field in her 2 at-bats. Still nobody down in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch low, bounces through, coming home is Narvez. She will score, and Grayson County's added another run. Makes it 14-0, Grayson County. And there's a fly ball hit into center field, and it's going to go over the head of the center fielder, Updegraff. That's going to plate at least 1 run. They're going to wave around the second one in Hodges, and Grayson County plates 2 on the double by Shelby Davis. Grayson County leads 16-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody outs. And Madeline Henning will not hit, it doesn't appear. It looks like we're going to have, is that Cassidy Chaffins, I believe? It is Cassidy Chaffins now. We'll get her chance to hit us. We got pinch hitters galore here in this second inning. Trying to keep track of it on my end. Chaffins watches the first pitch, called strike. Chaffins on the year for Grayson County, hitting .263 with 5 runs batted in. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Fools her there. Yeah, goes here to no balls and 2 strikes. Addie Bratcher scheduled to hit in the on-deck circle, and it appears that she is standing in the on-deck circle. I believe that is her standing. It is. Pitch, ground ball, foul. Penny Reese has that clipboard in her hand. She's making sure that she can make any adjustment that she can, trying to get some players opportunities to hit in varsity action. I mean, that's the thing. You can, no matter what you do in practice, you cannot make up for what you can learn in varsity action. As that bounces away, advancing to third in ahead of the tag is Davis on the pass ball. And the count here is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is high, nice pick by De Jesus. And the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Edith Burns will be pitch number 26 in the inning. Pitch low, bounces away from De Jesus, and Davis is just going to wait. And I like that. There's no need to keep advancing if a ball bounces away from a catcher. You're up 16-0. You don't need to continue to pile on runs. There's no point in that. The 3-2 coming to Chaffins is high, and she works a walk. She fell behind 0-2 and ends up working a walk. Impressive there by Cassidy Chaffins. You got runners on the corners now. Still nobody else. Addie Bratcher comes in, and We're going to have a new pitcher here for Warren Central as Naftel will enter the game. She's got the start. And moving to shortstop will be Burns. See how many warm-up pitches she might need. Usually we'd take a break and step aside, but it's interesting. The Warren Central coach didn't even come out to make the change. She just kind of, or they just kind of set it from the dugout, and it was a nice little, as that pitch was high, bounced off the backstop, went to the umpire. The umpire kind of did a little kick stop and rolled right back to the pitcher. Nice little play by the umpire. I tell you what, it might be 2 Sports Center nominations that we have for our umpire here already in this game. I like it. Tonight's broadcast presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. Now, I can say this. An umpire's probably at some point been on the SportsCenter Top 10 plays. But has an umpire ever been on it twice? And my guess is no. Natalie Naftel, though, is the new pitcher for Warren Central. She'll face Addie Bratcher. And the first pitch to Bratcher is a ground ball to the third baseman. It's off her chest, recovered by the shortstop. She'll throw to second, not in time. Heck of a recovery by Burns at short. But the runner will cross the plate, and Grayson on top 17-0.
Now batting for Grayson County, number 12.
Davis scored on the play. Ansley Schertzer into hit now for Grayson. She's doubled into center field and walked in her 2 at-bats. First pitch is a cold strike at the knees. Lady Cougars have scored 7 runs in this inning. It is 17-0. Pitch low as Schertzer has that 1-for-1 mark, and one of the only lefties, I think, on this Grayson County team. I'm trying to think. I can't think of another one. Outside for ball one, and another player that wasn't in the starting lineup, opening day, and has worked her way in there, and another one that she's earned every at-bat that she's gotten because she comes through in big moments. And there's a high chopper ground ball off the chest of the shortstop Burns. There's not going to be a play, and the bases are loaded. It'll be Allie Dotson who will now. Bailey Yaden had pinch hit, but now Allie Dotson will re-enter the game. Still nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Hopefully, if I'm using my electronic scorecard, and that's making it a little easier, but if you're scoring it this game by hand, it's getting a little messy as that pitch is low for ball one. You got the bases loaded. Chafin's at third, Bratcher at second, Schertzer is the runner at first base. Allie Dotson, the hitter, 1-for-1, doubled into left field in her first at bat. That one is low for ball 2. The 2-0, Dotson swings, fouled off right side, out of play. Bounces into the Warren Central bullpen down that right field line. Lady Cougars are going to have 2 games on Saturday at 10 a.m. They'll play North Bullitt, and then they will play Central Hardin at 4 o'clock. Two one inside. Dotson watches the low pitch come through. Good eye there by the junior designated hitter for Grayson County. The 3-1 from the pitcher. Naftel is in the dirt. That'll walk in a run, and it is 18-0 Grayson County. Maddie Schultz will now come in to hit, and Maddie Schultz here, she's doubled and tripled. And we're going to have a courtesy runner here, as into courtesy run for Grayson County is going to be Elizabeth Haycraft.
Elizabeth Haycraft.
Haycraft donning a big cast on her right hand. It's probably why we haven't seen her swing the bat yet. And the first pitch swinging is Schultz. It's in the hole left side. That's going to be a base hit for Maddie Schultz. And it will plate Bratcher. And that's another one of those that, I think that might be scored as a base hit. And that now puts Maddie Schultz as a homer away from the cycle.
Number 17,
Ella Narvez will get her second at-bat of the inning. She singled an infield single in her first at-bat. That one bounces through the catcher as it's low. DeJesus was able to grab it, though, and make sure, and again, that's another one of those. Keep it close. Schartzer looked on at third base, and I'm sure Penny Reese is saying, let's not, we don't need to advance bases. There's a cold strike low. Grayson County scored 19 runs in this game, which is their most in a game this season. Previous high was 18. The 1-1 is a ripped right back up the middle, and that is a base hit, bobbled by the center fielder, and they're going to hold Haycraft at third base, and I like that there by Penny Reese. There's no point in continuing to pile it on. That'll just probably, that's what they're saying right now. Unless you hit a homer, we're just going to go one base at a time. Isabel Blanton comes in. She had a bunt single in her first at bat. So there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. And the first pitch to Blanton is fouled off over the Warren Central dugout down the first base line. Lady Cougars have scored 10 in each of the first two. Pitch low, and the count goes here to 1-1 strike. Naftel, long look in, ground ball in the hole in the right side. That's going to plate one run. Isabel Blanton with the RBI for Grayson County, her second of the season. And actually two will come in to score, and Grayson leads 22-0.
Now ready for Grayson County, number 14, Kaylee Hodges.
Kaylee Hodges comes in for her second at bat of the inning. She was hit by a pitch in her first at bat of her varsity career as well, and she swings at the first pitch. I like that there. It's some hitters who it's like, you hit me last time, let me take a swing at this one. That's exactly what she did. The 0-1, high. We're putting our statistician team to see the last time Grayson County scored 20 runs in a game. Our hardworking stats crew, as that's popped off left side, it's going to be a long run for anybody, and it's going to drop in foul territory. It's one of those that Rose was going after it, the left fielder, Burns, the shortstop, Walterman, the third baseman, and unless you're Billy Hamilton, you're not going to go out there and grab that one. It's just in there. I think I learned from Briley Napier, who was our color analyst for points last season. Danny Clark, former Cougar baseball head coach, he described those as duck farts. And there's a called strike inside. And down on strikes goes Kaylee Hodges, and Shelby Davis will she come in to hit here? We're going to have Ella Gibson, I believe, is the new hitter. It is.
Number 24, Ella Gibson.
So Gibson gets her first at bat in this game, and again, no reason to keep Shelby Davis in, maybe risk an injury, as that's fouled off. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on second is Narvez. Blanton stands on first. Ella Gibson. Second pitch she sees is inside for ball one. Move the count here to 1-1 strike. Long look in from Naftel. Pitch called strike. Good pitch there by Naftel. Gibson watches it go by into the net, into the back of the glove. The wind of the pitch in the dirt, good eye by Gibson, and that'll even up the count here, 2-2 strikes. The break even is grounded. It's a low pitch through the legs of the third baseman, Walterman. It's going to go into left field. That'll plate another run, Narvez. Advancing to third is Blanton, and going into second base will be Gibson on the error. And Grayson leads 23-0.
Now batting, number 32, Cassidy Chaffins.
Cassidy Chaffins will now hit for Grayson County. Pitch is open. We've got Blanton's going to be called out as she came out on the last play. So that's technically, I think they rule that as offensive interference. Is the play. Blanson's out, and that's probably what they're going to do here with the runner at second base in Gibson. And that's exactly what she does, and that's the inning. I like that there. Grayson County not going to continue to do it. They're going to go back-to-back offensive interferences. Grayson County scores 13 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors. We head to the top of the third inning. It's Grayson County 23, Warren Central nothing. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. There are a ton of changes in the field. We're going to try and bring them to you as much as we can as that pitch is low. First one from Audrey Killian, who's the new pitcher for Grayson County against Walterman. As looks like a new third baseman is in the game as well. As we're going to try our best to give you as much as we can on this. As Grayson leads 23-0, that gets past the catcher. I believe that's Reagan Nash who's in the game at catching. We're trying to get the exact number on it as there's changes left and right. It's actually Kinsley Chambers who's rather behind the plate now for Grayson County. That bounces through. Audrey Killian, though, is the new pitcher for Grayson County. She throws 3 straight balls to start this inning against Jewel Walterman. The 3-0. Popped off. He just smacks that top of the net and comes right back down. So one thing about those the nets the way that they are is, I mean, it almost, in a way, I mean, if you hit it the right way, I think can come back and hit you right in the helmet. Pitch ripped back up the middle for a base hit by Walterman. She turns on that one and lines it right back up, and Warren Central has a runner on base. Excuse me, sorry. We're going to have a pinch runner here. Pinch runner is going to be Parker Hawks to pinch run down there at first base.
Pitch runner for Warren Central, number 22, Hawks. Now batting right fielder, number 30, Pineda.
Pineda will hit here. And the first pitch from Killian is low for ball 1. So again, I think as far as we can tell, it's Chaffins in left, Blankson in center, Narvez in right. We can't tell who the third baseman is. We're trying to, I think that's 34 down there. Reagan Nash is at third base. And there's finally, she gave me the number. At shortstop is Ella Gibson. Maddie Schultz is at second, and Allie Dotson is at first. And that was a ball there from Killian. That pitch bounces in the dirt, off and running, and the throwdown not in time, but it's a nice recovery there by Chambers to throw down on the wild pitch, almost getting Hawks, who was trying to take the base. Pitch is low, and that's a walk for Pineda. Back to the top of the order goes Warren Central now. And hit is going to be Mackenzie Rose. First pitch called strike as she struck out in her first at bat. Audrey Killian trying to battle back after the first two runners have reached. Pitch outside. The 1-1 from Killian to Rose. Junior against seventh grader, swing and a miss. It's a good cut though by Rose. Pitch gets through and it's back here. I don't know how that ball came through back to us here. So we've got it here. I don't know how that found the hole, but it rolls off there as it somehow got back there and it came through and it almost hit us. We've been making the comment all year that there's no way the net always saves us, but nope, not that time. The chances of that happening are about as slim to none. And sadly, my reaction time on trying to get that is not going to end up on SportsCenter, and neither is the director, Cole Snyder. In fact, they might be putting us on not top 10 after that. In fact, tomorrow's Friday, isn't that usually when they do the not top 10, I think? Here comes the break even. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Mackenzie Rose. That's the first out here in the third inning.
Now batting, number 2, Naftel.
Natalie Naftel in to hit now. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat. And the first pitch to strike. Grayson County back here on Saturday. They'll play 2 games. Nice stop behind the plate by Chambers. Really nice job there. The wind in the pitch is a ground ball dribbling foul down the third base line, and the count goes here to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, ground ball right back to Killian. She's going to go to third, get the lead runner. No throw across by Nash. And Warren Central's down to their final out.
Now batting, number 8, Updegraff.
Emma Updegraff here to hit against Audrey Killian. Line at a pitch is a called strike from Killian. Pitch outside from Killian to Updegraff. Updegraff 0 for 1 in tonight's game, grounded out to the first baseman. Killian kind of takes her time in the circle to take a deep breath and going to deliver another pitch here. And there is a swing and a miss, and the count goes here to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the top of the third inning. Grayson County has scored 23 runs, which our stats crew is digging deep to try and figure that out. And by stats crew, I mean myself. In fact, I've got my answer now. And there is a slow ground ball right back to Killian. She'll go the short way to third, and it's dropped by the third baseman. And the bases are going to be loaded now for Warren Central. DeJesus now in to hit. She singled up the middle in her first at bat.
Now batting, number 7, DeJesus.
Bases loaded for DeJesus. The pitch from Killian is in the dirt. Nice stop behind the plate by Chambers. Chambers putting on a little clinic here behind the dish tonight. And that's ripped into left field, and that one is going to be a fair ball, says the umpire. It goes all the way into the corner. Warren Central is going to clear the bases by DeJesus. The throw will come home. It's cut off by Dotson. And the bases clearing double for Warren Central puts them on the board. It is 23-3 now as all three runners cross the plate.
Now batting, number 2.
Now hitting is going to be Martisha Rodriguez. It's the last time Grayson County is Rodriguez fouls that one off into the glove. The last time Grayson County scored 20 runs in a game, you'd have to go back to May the 20th of 2002. Nearly 20 years to the date. There's a swing and a miss. Here comes the 0-2, swing and a miss, and that is the ball game. Grayson County picks up the series, this doubleheader sweep, and wins this one tonight by a final score of 23-3. We'll come back and wrap it up after this. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars have swept the doubleheader tonight against Warren Central. As they win Game 2 by a final score of 23-3 after winning Game 1 by a final tally of 18-0. We'll run down the stats here from both games. First, we'll do Game 1, then we'll come back and take on Game 2 after a short break. Game 1, Grayson County won 18-0 as the final line score in Game 1 was no runs on 4 hits and 4 errors for Warren Central. For Grayson County, it was 18 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. For Grayson County, it was Reagan Cave in Game 1 with 4 RBIs to lead the way. Mallory Lindsay went the distance in 3 innings to pick up the win in that one. You know, we'll just jump ahead here and go into Game 2 as well, as Grayson County wins that one 23-3. It's the most runs Grayson County has scored in a game since May the 20th of 2002, when they scored 24 runs against McLean County. That is at least the highest in 20 years for Grayson County, as they score 23 in only 2 innings tonight against Warren Central. In this Game 2, your RBI totals, your leader was Shelby Davis with 5, Maddie Schultz with 4, Allie Dotson with 3. And we're just going to have to run down here because there's quite a few. Reagan Cave with 1, Kaylee Hodges with 1, Addie Bratcher with 1, Ella Narvez with 2, Madeline Henning with 2, Isabel Blanton as well with 2. The winning pitcher, Josie Sims, she goes 2 innings, allows 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Audrey Killian goes 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned, with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Grayson County, with the wins here today, improves their record to 13-20 on the year. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up the game here, and let you know what's coming up, as this is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K1.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Grayson County's a winner tonight. Sweet fashion against Warren Central. They win game 1 18-0 and game 2 23-3. Final in 3 innings, again, is tonight's score. Lady Cougars are now 13-20 in the year and 1-5 in 12th district play. What comes up for them is coming up on Saturday. They will have a game at 10 a.m. against North Bullitt and a game against Central Hardin at 4 o'clock. Both those games will be here at the Lady Cougar Softball Complex. And then on Monday, they will host John Hardin in a afternoon tilt as well. Coming up next week on Tuesday, they will face Whitesville Trinity at Butler County in the 12th District semifinals in a win-or-go-home game. Our coverage next week between baseball and softball is still to be determined. As follow the K105 Sports Twitter account, as we'll be sure to let you know if there will be broadcasts, where it is, where you can find it, and everything that goes along the lines of that. Grayson County wins tonight in sweeping fashion against Warren Central. As in the 2 games, they combined for 41 runs and allow only 3 to Warren Central. That'll wrap up our coverage tonight. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Alex Cook was your camera operator, and Cole Snyder was your director. So on a night where Grayson County picks up a pair of wins against Warren Central, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.